choice.
Prince of Cats. There it is. A distinct vibe of Manhattan's residential area. And an unmistakable scent of casserole enveloping the surroundings in a heavenly aura. The atmosphere of desolation makes it feel more like purgatory, though. A single soul in sight. And
Jordan, go for it.
Ugh, crap.
looks like I'm not alone, after all. Some guy exerts himself climbing a nearby tree. I instinctively take a step into the shadows to remain outside his line of sight, but I can barely see anything from where I stand. Move closer. My inner voyeur is squirming for more details. A few steps closer, keeping to the shadows. For a good while, all I can hear is heavy panting. Come on, dude, this oak isn't even that tall. Sure looks like it's the first time the guy ever tried climbing a tree. It takes a long time for the mysterious trespasser to steady his breath and carry on. As soon as he crawls out of the tree's crown, the dim streetlights reveal the face of a young guy in his early 20s. Against the spectacular night sky and with his exaggerately tormented romantic gaze, he really looks like a hero befitting the cover of a Harley Quinn paperback. He sizes up one of the longer branches, sturdy enough, and nearly reaches a narrow window on the second floor. Well, the guy is hesitant.
All right. No biggie, just eyes on the prize.
He moves a few steps along the branch, each slipping every other step on his way to the window. By some inexplicable fluke, he manages to keep his balance. Once he makes it far enough, the branch slowly bends under his weight. He kneels down, probably calculating his chances to make it over to the windowsill. My guy, if you pull this off, it will be a legit miracle.
What? Is Sony there?
Shit. Should have been more careful. The trespasser pivots rapidly, startled by the sound of my voice. Just as he notices me, he loses his footing and dives straight into the front yard of the nearest house.
Oh, shit.
He drops to the ground with a muffled thump. Luckily for him, the lawn hasn't been trimmed for a while. Tall grass cushions his landing. Somewhat. As soon as he recovers, the guy gets up and starts limping toward the fence. He tries to climb over, but quickly ends up back on the ground, clutching his leg in pain. He turns to me and starts begging under his nose.
Hey, you. Ouch. Shit, please. I'm hurt. Do me a solid and just open the gate.
Well, with his ankle twisted, he's not going to get out of this mess on his own. And it's not like I'm particularly law-abiding. Break the gate lock. So why shouldn't I help him? Just stay where you are. Don't move.
I don't know how to.
Shut the fuck up. Relax. I got this. In 2 swift, bouncy steps, I reach the front gate. It's locked, but it's not like that ever stopped me before. Once I'm sure no one can see me, I focus my strength on the gate and pry until the quiet crack announces that the lock has given in. Extraction goes as smoothly as it ever could. And quickly, take the guy by his arm and help him slowly limp out of the front yard. I let go of him a few steps later, against the fence with noticeable relief.
Ouch. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
What were you doing up there?
Well, this is embarrassing.
More than falling on your ass like that? Chuckles lightly and looks up at the window, the one he was trying to reach a few moments ago.
This is gonna sound pathetic as hell, but my crush lives in this house. Her shithead father kind of hates my guts, so we get together in secret. Because of her folks nagging, she can't seem to make up her mind about us. She explicitly told me not to swing by her house, but
you thought it was a good idea to climb up the walls of her keep like a goddamn Prince Charming and break her neck in her front yard. Her remark really gets to him.
yeah, but what can I do? Give up on her when in my heart of hearts I know she loves me just as much as I love her?
It ain't easy being this cheesy. You good, huh?
That she does.
Well... For a walk out the window. Oh shit, pal. Think fast. I pick up a round pebble and toss it at the window. In a few seconds, it opens with the creak of a wooden frame, the muffled but undeniably happy voice of the resident.
Linny?
Prince? What are you doing down here? I told you.
Babe, I have something to tell you. Can we talk for a moment?
She hesitates for a second, but quickly jumps back into her room. Break a leg, lover boy. Maybe not literally this time. He nods at me with gratitude while frantically dusting his jacket off, himself for the surprise rendezvous. I give him a casual salute and leave. As I walk away, I just hear smooching coming from the front yard. It makes me smile, if only a little. My peeping eye scores another victory. Cute story. Heartwarming, nostalgic. Too bad it's too cliche to steal from my writing. What? Don't write anymore. Yeah, but it's not like you can simply stop thinking like a writer. Gotta use that energy elsewhere somehow. But for now, let's just start heading downtown. All of a sudden, the world ends. Everything stops. I'm lost in the darkness and there's not even a heartbeat to guide me. It's like sleep paralysis, except it feels as if I've suddenly woke up from reality instead of a dream. Instinctively, I react to it the same way I used to react whenever I woke up in the middle of the night, aware but not able to move or speak, to wait for it to pass. But instead of slowly regaining control, I just see a bizarre room emerge from the darkness.
Duck, you do this? Just look at her. Flesh refusing its fate.
It's the woman, Nika?
Yep. It is, it is.
Okay, that looks like a different guy, so,
I'm back.
Oh, Tom, you do.
It's not the one you were looking for, is it? He was led like a lamb to the slaughter.
Wait,
Such a
I
sheep
think that's
is.
Duck's character. Still, it's different.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Oh yeah. The silhouettes are different, so yeah. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep is silent before the shearers, he did not open his mouth.
Nika, that's still you. Nika.
Oh God, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
There is no one righteous, not even one. There is none who understands. There is none who seeks for God. All have turned aside. Together they have become useless.
Anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death.
Raging waves of the sea, foaming up their own shame. Wandering stars, from whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever.
Oh, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principles, against powers, against rules, or the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
In those days shall men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee them.
Whenever I become one of the darkness, always this nagging fear that it might be impossible to become the normal me again. That, instead of the shadows returning to normal, let my consciousness be dragged somewhere else, between the worlds. Somewhere like this, wherever this is. This is the first time that fear has come true.
Are you afraid?
It's a bad idea to answer. Do it. Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I think I need to sit in this chair.
I think.
I need to sit in.
This chair.
I sit in the chair.
Still in the lean years and unworthy of joining the rest.
However, the path is open, and it is the path of obligation, liability, and death that will be repaid one day.
When she asks you, what brought you here. Your response be a scent of death.
Suddenly, I feel my mind beginning to drift away from here. I'm slowly starting to regain control over my thoughts. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. Fine, think whatever you want. I find myself in a dark corner, against a wet, cold brick wall. I think I'm conscious again, back from wherever it was. But in an unfamiliar place. Let's just hope it's still in New York City. I emerge from the shadows to see where I am. A burst of light above my head momentarily blinds me, causing me to instinctively raise my hand. As I do, I hit some sort of garbage bag with my hand. It falls to the floor, letting loose a metallic din.
Actually, why don't you do this one too? Try to use a different voice.
Okay. What the fuck? Woman. I feel her hand grabbing my clothes. She brutally drags me closer. With one of my hands already above my head, I raise the other. Easy. Peace, I mean you no harm. How long have you been here? I don't know. I've got no idea what I'm doing, here or in general, really. Sometimes the forces I control figure out how to control me. What are you, a junkie? Oh. You're kindred. Yeah. Keep your shit together, damn it! I'm Julia Sawinski, representative of the La Sombra in New York City. Camarilla? Uh-huh. I'm a Camarilla investigator. Well, if you came here to catch me, you're gonna be sorry you tried, Miss La Sombra. No. Stop right here. I wasn't ordered to catch anybody. I'm just investigating Douglas Callahan's death. This surprises her. She loosens her grip slightly. Callahan is... nothing left but a rotten carcass and a musty robe. Well, I'll be damned. Been off the grid for too long. What brought you here? A memory from a different world pops up in my head. Yeah, I think I know the right answer. Scent of death. She lets me go. I rub my eyes and finally get a good look at her face. She's gorgeous. Judging by her nomadic clothes and the particularly fierce aura, probably an outlander. We'll have a talk, you and I. Sure. What's your name? Tamika. Pass me a smoke, will you? If only it could. My heart would skip a beat right now. Tamika. I guess, once again, someone out there led me to the proper path. Yeah, sure. When I pass her a cigarette, I realize I'm standing in something wet. Something that smells tasty. I look at my feet and see a puddle of water mixed with blood. Oh, I get it. Were these guys First Light? High-powered guns and expensive-looking outfits. Bangs, tasers, all chosen specifically to combat the undead. Recognize that equipment from some horror stories I've heard. First Light CUSSOCOM. Whatever they call themselves, y'all bleed out the same, usually before I have the chance to ask them a single question.
Hey mom, maybe for Tamika you can give her like a different accent, maybe like an English one. Just play around with it.
Okay. Government-funded inquisitors. Some claim they're connected to the U.S. government. Some claim they're supported by the anti-kindred faction in the Holy See. Some have even wilder theories. You did this all by yourself? Have you seriously seen nothing at all? Shake my head. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. Kinda let the shadows guide me. That La Sombra thing? Never actually talked to any of you. No idea what you guys can actually do. Still learning the ropes myself. Go with the flow and all that. My embrace was just a few months ago. Huh? So you folks are with the Ivory Tower now? That checks, you were with the Sabbath. The Cammies wouldn't forgive all the trouble you've caused them overnight. Again, I'm practically still a neonate? Is that it? A neonate?
That's my best guess too.
Still a neonate? I just know there's a lot of bad blood between my clan and the others, and that I can expect at least one glare of pure contempt whenever I visit Elysium. Ha! I see. We smoke in silence for a short while. Are you alone? So, are you acting alone? Is this personal curiosity, investigator's curiosity, or collecting intel for Camarilla? Doesn't matter. I have nothing to hide. I'm alone. Every kindred on the East Coast benefits from these guys' deaths, but nobody wants to get involved. She flicks ash onto one of the bodies. Aren't they extremely dangerous? Almost got me for good last year. Took me a few weeks to get back in action. And why are you doing this? Those motherfuckers have an unfortunate tendency to hurt people I care about. Others, my sisters. I see. I don't know how it is in other cities. Here, funny enough, they only seem to target marginalized and radicalized kindred. Ones that could theoretically pose a threat to the current order. Meanwhile, the establishment in New York City hasn't really changed ever since Calibro stepped down. The opposite. Every SI raid in the city has only strengthened the old paradigm. Almost makes you think that their goal is something other than protecting the citizens from the black body menace. Tamika throws a cigarette into the puddle, unfinished, and crushes it under her feet. Her heel. She obviously has difficulty smoking. She's only ever tried it a few times. I assume she saw me carrying a pack and decided to try to calm her nerves after the battle. Or maybe she just wanted an excuse to make her conversation less awkward. Who knows? So, planning on stitching on me, Shadow Girl? Why would I do that? Let me get this straight. You really think I am dumb enough to believe for 1 second that a Camarilla investigator would just so happen to stumble upon the alley where I just killed a bunch of SI motherfuckers? If so, you're the one who's dumb, sister. I don't care if you think I'm dumb. I don't care about SI, and I don't care if you believe it was a happy accident I met you. See, considering not even the sheriff knows where you are. But I care about solving the mystery of Callahan's death. It happens. You're one of the pieces of the puzzle. What? What are you talking about? I found this on his body. What remained of it. I show her the note. She tries to grab it to read it, but I don't let her. Aside from your name, I'd Hope, Agathon, and D'Angelo. Them? Passingly. Any idea why Callahan would need a list of all of your names? I might know why. Yeah. Do you? Absolutely. Do you know a man going by the name of Talk? Huh? Of course I do. Do you know about his connection to Boss Callahan, and by proxy to the list and me? Oh, I'm all ears. Well, too bad, because it's classified intel, sister. What do you mean by classified? Not free. Oh, great. As if I were in the position to or could afford any sort of quid pro quo. Fine, let's hear it. What do you want? She motions toward the bodies. I've killed too many of these assholes. Tightening the screws. As it is, New York City is no longer safe for someone like me. Not that it ever was. Oh man, bracing for something unreasonable. What I need is a way out of the city. That to me, will give you the intel you need. Huh? You look at that. That's something I can handle, actually. Yeah. She raises her eyebrows. It's a surprisingly confident answer for a particularly still a neonate. I'm something of an immigration, sir. Gotta say, you sound awfully close to a cop. Almost as bad. Bureaucrat. I know of a secret pathway that would lead you to the West Coast. 100% safe travel, and if you took it, you'd be untraceable. Sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Wait until you see how much it costs. Only reason I know of this route is because a certain Nazi criminal group, out to me on account of my position, offered a mutually beneficial deal regarding illegal kindred travel. Normally, I'd refuse, but they offered me the only thing that can buy me. A lot of cash. Fine, then. Money's not an issue. Now, that's something I never had a chance to ever say in earnest. Okay, then. You should assist me first. You should assist me first. Then we'll figure out how to transport you out of the city. Hell no. Is this really the extent of your negotiation skills? How would you think this kind of line would work? Well, I'm an optimist. To be, at least. But yeah, we do need a way to open this deal that would satisfy both of us. Have you met Talk before? In the course of your investigation? Before? I wanted to, but on the Anarch side, I only managed to meet Mia. She wasn't keen on the idea of the two of us meeting. Yes. Mia. Her expression betrays she's got some vicious stories to tell. It'd be beneath her to divulge them. Maybe it could be a bonding experience. Well, here's the thing. A few months ago, Talk and I were together. A lot of things happened, and long story short, no longer feel close to him. From what I know, he still feels close to me. Back when I thought there might be something between us, I gave him a ring that has a lot of sentimental value to me. And since these days sentimentality is all that keeps me going, they're back. So, my suggestion is, Talk's people I sent you to get inside his basic operations. Meet up with him, ask him your questions, and convince him to give my ring back. You get to interrogate him, and I get to have my ring back. You hear my side of the story, I get to leave the city with your help. But he wins more than once. They will really let me in just because I tell them you sent me? They will! Trust me. That sounds too easy. What caused the two of you to drift apart? Irreconcilable differences in worldview. Well, I assume so. That's a diplomatic answer. If I'm going to involve myself in the relationship drama of two ex-lovers, I'll need something more to go on. Will you? Yeah. He picks her words carefully. I realized I had become an element of his carefully crafted projected image. Me, as radical partner, allowed him to present himself as a mediator, a paying lip service to revolutionary ideas. A mediator. That's the 21st century for you. Everyone wants to be a middleman these days, and nobody wants to do what's right. You serious? Whenever I hear about Torg from the Ancilla, they talk about him like he's the second coming of Mao. If he ever seemed that, it's only because from time to time people like me pushed him into doing an uneasy thing. Ever heard of the Southern Wolf and the Northern Fox? Both of them want to eat you for dinner, but only the Southern Wolf makes it immediately obvious. Tricky Northern Fox makes eyes and allows you to pet him before taking a bite. Torque loves to surround himself with northern foxes. Compromises, they seem reasonable compared to the opposition, but at the end of the day, they have eyes on the same prize. Power. Hearing this gives me a foreboding feeling. Can't quite nail down why. Alright, tell me where to go, and I'll tell you where we'll meet later. Is that okay for the accent?
Yeah, that was good. I just wanted to experiment a bit, little.
Okay. I'm just chilling at Torque's when suddenly a shrill, loud voice pierces my eardrums.
Now what the hell are you doing here?
Oh yay, it's the pissy lady from Torque's Inner Circles. I'm here to see Torque.
I figured as much. You should have gone through the security first. Get out.
And what if he tells me to stay?
Fat chance. Move your ass before I throw you out.
James, you torque this time.
Mia, it's okay.
Maybe something a bit more smooth.
Sorry, did that not come through?
Yeah, it did. Just some bit rough. Torque seems to be a smooth kind of talker.
Alright, we'll try that again. Mia, it's okay.
There he is, walking through the door. One of the most infamous New York City barons, or as some people started calling him the moment Callahan met his end, Baron of New York City.
Torque, we've talked about this.
This situation is a little different now. Tamika sent her.
What? Shit. I wasn't able to track her down for weeks.
Well, I did.
This is a reason to celebrate, not get mad. Now, if you allowed the two of us a private conversation...
No way. I want to keep an eye on her.
You will keep an eye on the exit, and that will be enough. Please.
Puts on his best authoritative tone and it works. No protest this time. Leaves the room.
I'm sorry about her. She can be overzealous, but usually it's not that bad thing. Not a bad thing.
Yeah, sure. So, has she told you I've been trying to reach you for a few nights?
I don't think so. Have you?
Well, I'm the dumbass the court ordered to investigate Callahan's final death. So, considering your connection to the case, I thought it would be prudent for us to talk.
Ah, so that's you.
Yeah. Now, I know you're probably anxious to hear about Tamika.
I'm surprised to hear you two know each other.
We actually met through this investigation. Anyway, as I was saying, you probably can't wait to hear about her, but I'd like to ask you a few questions first.
I understand. Do your job.
Did you know Douglas Callahan?
Of course I did. We were both barons. Kept having professional obligations to meet each other, but that was it.
What was your private opinion of him?
Same as everyone else's. A racist clown, mentally stuck in the 19th century, who spent too much time keeping the anarchs down. I'm glad he's gone.
You mean you're glad he met final death?
Well, you know what they say. Hate to see you go, love to watch you leave.
Weren't you the first kindred who saw his corpse?
I was. But it was his ghouls who found him. By the way, we've established that some of them tampered with the crime scene. They were properly disciplined for that.
Convenient story. Let's move on. What's your alibi for that night?
None. I was running around town the entire night, taking care of various issues, unrelated to Callahan, but I don't intend to divulge them to someone from the Ivory Tower.
So you have no interest in proving yourself innocent?
My official position was made clear. It's the Camarilla who are to blame. It's your job to prove me wrong.
Purwamak. For once, can I face a problem that can be solved with pure logic, not politics? Any findings on your side I should know of?
Ask Mia. She's the one who handled the murder scene. I'm not privy to all the details.
Hope, Angelo, Agathon. Any idea who those people are?
Can't recall. Sorry.
The evidence I found suggests a potential link between Callahan and Tamika. Any clue?
I knew both of them well, but as far as I know, they've never met. That's it.
Oh well, not sure what I expected. The kind of guy that could only be pushed to talk if I had something concrete to push him with. Time to move on. Well, regarding Tamika.
Finally.
I'll cut straight to the chase. Wanted to inform you, she will be skipping town for a while. The SI is hot on her trail and she needs to lose them ASAP.
Oh, I've told her countless times. If she's in danger, I will always be there for her. Does she think she can find a secure way out of the city in this situation?
She's safe.
So you say.
She's got some other friends in high places. She'll manage to get out.
Gotta admit, that's not what I expected to hear. Or what I wanted to hear. Why did she decide to contact me?
She wants her ring back. His aura changes in the blink of an eye.
Ah, I see now. So that's why she didn't show up herself. Wouldn't even face me while delivering the final result. Or final insult.
Looks like I stepped on a landmine.
She said the ring was a symbol of the trust she put in me. No way in hell I'm going to give it away. Not until she gives me the chance to explain myself.
I need that ring to get Tamika to talk. The way he's acting, it doesn't seem likely he'll be willing to part with it. It might require me to act shitty. Maybe. Time to change my approach. Nope, be brutally honest. Fuck it, here we go.
Hold on, I want to see something.
Listen, you're obviously the hottest new thing in town. People like you, people follow you, you're set to be the anarch people think of when they think of New York City. Good for you. But you're obviously way behind when it comes to understanding relationships. Tamika gave it a serious try. She understood her path. She understood yours. She realized they're diametrically opposed. And that's that. You're not going to change her mind by acting like a toxic shithead and forcing her to come grovel at your feet if she wants to get back something that has a great sentimental value to her. You want to earn her trust again? Not like a power-tripping bull. Show her you're capable of responding to her concerns and that you're capable of being selfless. That's the only thing you can do to change her mind. Right? Okay, I'm done. Fuck me in my big mouth. He approaches the door and throws it wide open.
Mia!
Yes, boss.
We're done here. Lead the lady out as quickly as possible.
Yes, boss.
I have a lot of things I'd say I'd describe as behavior. Don't want to cause a diplomatic incident. No need. I'm going. Thank you for your time.
Tell her I'll show her she's wrong. Tell her I'll prove myself worthy of that ring if it's the last thing I do.
Whatever. I let myself be let out of the building by Mia. Another mission failed. To meet Tamika and tell her the bad news. I find her already waiting in front of the Jewish Museum. How'd it go? Let me put it this way. I'm not surprised you dumped him. So, did not succeed. Nah, he got mad and started yelling about how he will yet prove himself to be worthy of that gift. And he ran me out of the building. Is she trying to stop herself from laughing? That's so funny. Nothing. I'll be honest, I kind of expected that. It's just nice to get a definite confirmation he's still a bit of a toxic asshole. Oh. Well, glad I fell for the oldest trick in the book. Cool if, for once, a kindred telling me to do one thing didn't mean another thing entirely. Oh, don't be mad. To be sure of something, and now I am. As far as I'm concerned, you've kept your end of the bargain. I repay the favor. Last year, a certain fledgling appeared in the city, tempted to build a coterie. That list you found on Callahan? The list they've got. They contacted each of us, then found themselves in deep shit. SI, Kaiser, Sophie Langley, shadow players manipulating everything from behind the scenes. Disappeared. Kaiser. A name popping up once again. Can't be a coincidence. No one knows where or why. Doesn't really matter. Happens when you punch way above your weight. We're doing fine, despite all odds. In any case, Torque got involved too. That's how I met him, actually. I heard, didn't want to say how, claimed it could put anyone who knew in danger. Whatever happened, it gave him the drive and desire for change. 2 months, he was a beautiful kindred, plain and simple. Suddenly, something in him snapped overnight. Tone mellowed out. His actions became timid. His language became more befitting of a political science student than a charismatic leader. I assumed he met someone who made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Had no idea who that was. Then one night, I followed him when he went out. Saw him scheming at the docks with Callahan. When he came back, we had an argument. And he refused to explain himself. I knew I was on my way out. And that was that. I understand. Wish I'd known that earlier. Might have confronted the facts with him and learned something more. He never told me of all kindred. What makes you think he would have told you? Got a point, I suppose. Alright, thank you. Now it's my turn. Here is your way out. I point at the manhole below our feet. Here's a map of the sewers. The route, then burn it. We'll be looking for a one-eyed This is a big word. Nosferatu, wearing tactical gear. I sent you to give him the agreed upon amount of money. What kind of route will I be taking anyway? An armored van full of precious coffins. A man knows how to arrange them to allow for unnoticed extra cargo. Her face darkens. Circulatory system? What did you expect? The rich and powerful always get the blood they want, one way or another. At least tonight, one of their routes will be used for something good. She drops her shoulders in resignation, opens up the manhole cover. But remember, if it doesn't work, back at your doorstep with a vengeance. If it's the last thing I do. I'm sure it'll work out fine. Just beware of a giant albino ghoul alligator while you're down there. Tamika rolls her eyes. Sewer ghoul alligator? Information, it's just a story New York kindred tells to new natives to mess with them while they're still gullible enough to believe anything they hear about their new world. Oh, that makes sense, I suppose. Well, this is goodbye. If in a few months you hear that the first lab presence in Los Angeles has been decimated, then against all odds, unalive and kicking. If you keep killing indiscriminately, you might cross a line of no return, you know. Don't you take it easy for a while? Until my brothers and sisters in blood stop being slaughtered. I care about what's left of my humanity, but turning a blind eye on kindred in need would be even less human. So that's the kind of person she is. And probably will be until the very end. It must be comforting, in a way, how your path will end, yet to follow it all the same. I could never do that. Here's some parting advice for you. It might be monsters, but we were lucky enough to be born into a world that's even more monstrous than we are. If we rebel against it, I still find salvation. If only I could believe it. Didn't expect the preaching tone. Why are you telling me this? Because I think I have a pretty good nose for people's auras. A good look at you? Somehow, I have a feeling you're a surprisingly decent person. Way of unlaugh you choose. I hope you don't change it. Remember my advice. Huh? That's the last thing I expected her to say. I don't really know what decent things I've done lately. See you in your next life, Julia. Safe travels, Tamika. I skipped tonight's visit to the church. I'm not in the mood to see Benoit embarrassed about yesterday's outburst. And I'm kind of pissed none of the clan elders in Chicago bothered to reply to any of my fucking reports. No advice, no feedback, nothing. I feel like I was left utterly alone. Besides, it's late. I always get back to the apartment early in the morning, right before it gets bright. I'm risky to be out here so close to sunrise. Accidents can happen. I'll try to get back earlier tomorrow night. I'm to surprise Dakota. I'm back.
Natalie.
Yay!
How was work? All caught up?
I managed to get my deadlines postponed. All our clients are canceling and delaying orders left and right.
Huh? Does that mean you'll have time to help me with my makeup tomorrow?
We'll see.
Perfect. Alright, I need to disappear before the sun catches up with me.
Hey,
Yeah?
I love you.
Oh. An uneasy silence fills the room. Not getting out of this one, am I? No, I have to. I didn't lie to the Baron of New York City tonight, so I'm not going to lie to her. I know. She flashes a sad, forced smile as I leave to rest. I finally reached Big Beat Burger, hoping to recuperate from all the mental damage accumulated over the past few days. Only to find out the doors are locked and nobody is inside. No, I need to be soothed. I need my routine. You've absolutely to be kidding me. Closed? What the fuck do you mean closed?
I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Everything's closed.
Pandemic? What pandemic?
You leave that on fucking rock? It's new SARS virus, straight from China. The whole world's going crazy all it. People are dying left and right.
Holy shit. I didn't know something like this could still happen in this day and age. Now it always felt like we were beyond it. Well, I guess it's lucky I'm dead. Walk away to avoid bringing more attention to myself. Now I understand why NYC feels downright
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, just breathe and try
apocalyptic.
again.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Tonight. It's like a psychedelic experience to see these familiar streets empty and abandoned. Well, let's see what parts of the city are still alive in the middle of a plague. A familiar smile. If someone asked me right at this moment how to define the meaning of the word airy, I'd look them straight in the eye and say, just take a look around, idiot. With the exception of a few stray dogs, there's no one around to ask. This isn't the New York I've come to know. I can't help but perceive it as artificial. Real, but with an uncanny apocalyptic quality like a citywide roleplay of some trashy Ostapoo flick. I was a Will Smith in I Am Legend. Hell, this is probably the first time anybody has thought of I Am Legend in the last 10 years. The film version, anyway. I keep walking the empty streets until suddenly...
Jordan, go for it.
Hey! Julia! Julia!
The streets reveal themselves as less empty than I previously thought. Charlie? Sheesh, been a long time.
Julia, why are you so stupid?
Ow. That's not the line I choose to open a touching reunion with. Last time we met, working at Karma Circle, one of those vegan places that pride themselves on hiring workers with disabilities. For the first time 2 years ago, or so with Dakota. Charles here was our waiter. He heard us arguing about something stupid and rushed to Dakota's defense. In Charlie's mind, the best defense is a merciless offense. Roasted my formal clothes, silly mannerisms, general behavior, and specific arguments so ruthlessly. Dakota had a 10-minute long laughing fit. After I overheard him and apologized. But I didn't mind. I've always liked underdogs who can stand their ground. We became online friends so that we could roast each other on Messenger. And he could do that using emojis alone.
People are getting sick. You're irresponsible. I need to take you home.
I was just headed there, Charlie. No need to worry about me.
But I was worried. You never answer my messages these days.
That's not exactly an option right now, is it? Especially during the day. If you have to contact me, you need to do it through Dakota. Decided not to use smartphones anymore. To keep my head clear and all.
I think you just got tired of breaking them. You always were so clumsy. Your screen was always cracked. You're always thinking a lot while your hands are doing something stupid.
They said, ruthless.
And is Dakota good? You two still, gal pals?
Gal pals? Who did you call us gal pals? I don't remember ever saying that.
Dakota did. On WhatsApp. I asked her, Dakota, is Julia important to you? And she said she is. We are gal pals.
That we are. Mention that you asked.
That's good. You aren't practical. You're a mess, girl. You need someone close to take care of you.
Come on. That's the guy who still lives with his mom.
Yep. We're the same. That's how I know.
Says that with such an innocent smile and so much conviction. Feel thoroughly owned. No use fighting back, switching to sincerity mode. Just that, don't tell her this, but I'm not sure if we're making each other happy. That worries me, a lot,
Huh. It's because you're being stupid.
Hey, I'm being honest now, don't be mean.
I didn't say you're stupid, but that you're being stupid. There's a difference.
Guess that's something your mom says all the time, huh?
When you're in your head for too long, you always trip over a glass of water and break your phone. That's when they call you stupid. When you argue or when you joke, that's good. That's progress.
I guess.
See? You're not stupid. You get it. Oh, yeah. Are you still a journalist?
Me? No, they fired me.
Good.
Good? Seriously?
Yeah. Mom reads Lodestar sometimes. She says it's trash. I'm happy you're not trash.
Thank you. It means a lot. And, how is Karma Circle? You still working there?
No, they fired me.
Oh. Good.
No. Not good.
If they fired you, that means they're trash. And you deserve better than to work for people who are trash.
You're just saying that.
He makes a coquettish gesture that makes me burst out laughing. And how is your mom?
She's sick. Doesn't want me to come by her room. She sent me out to the pharmacy to get her medicine, you know.
Fuck, I hope it's not serious.
It's stupid. We have to take care of each other, but we can't even see each other, you know?
Now I feel like trash for wanting to complain about my own troubles. Good?
Yes. I'm strong.
He poses like a macho man. Laugh.
You stay strong too, Julia. And write something from time to time.
No promises. Hey, if I'm forced to be an asshole to Dakota and we stop being gal pals, forgive me?
Let me think.
Exaggerated thinker pose. I swear, this dude.
No.
And he turns away and disappears into the night. I swear, I don't know how to handle this guy. He always has to have the final word. That's the vampire. It's probably why I still respect him so much. Well, time to follow suit and make myself scarce. Time comes for me to meet up with Qadir, and hopefully D'Angelo too. Last position on my list. Better be good.
And that is D'Angelo's agency.
Looks like a dump. Ugh.
Perfect for the clan of the hidden.
I thought he wasn't hidden. I thought he was missing, and to be honest, I kinda expected the worst. Look for him in the most obvious place.
I've been asking around, and I've got a hunch. Just trust it and start looking.
Fine. Who is D'Angelo anyway?
He's a good man, a useful man, but it took me time to get used to him. He takes sleuthing very, very seriously. His thing is acting like an idiosyncratic noir detective. I heard it helps him cope with something, but I never felt comfortable tackling the subject.
Doesn't sound too quirky by the city's standards. Wait, what is that? There's a rat on the floor, frozen in an unnatural position. Weird shit. Gross. Qadir notices the object of my revulsion and shakes his head.
You're an investigator, Julia. Believe it or not, but sometimes you have to get your hands dirty.
Picks up the rat and looks at it up close.
Glad you're all right, little guy.
Super gross. Qadir smiles and gently puts the rodent away. See him like this.
Now that's what I'm talking about. I get a feeling we're close to our target.
Just slowly approaches a secluded corner of the room.
And there it is.
He kicks a pile of clothesline on the floor.
Tom.
I'm just a corpse. Leave me alone.
Lucky for you, we're all corpses here, D'Angelo. You're among friends.
Clumsily, drunkenly, the pile of clothes transforms into an unkempt man who looks like he's suffering from some sort of skin disease.
You know, a true friend would just bury me.
Unlucky for you, we're not that kind of friends.
Lucky, unlucky, schmucky my ass. Did you guess I was here?
See, I've been asking around for the past few days. What I've learned is that, for reasons that can be best described as nebulous, you've made quite a few enemies since last year.
Yeah. Give me something I don't know.
And one thing that caught my interest is how everyone has it on good authority that your place was raided a few times without you being found, yet nobody has assumed responsibility for these acts.
Well, doesn't this then always look like it's just been raided? And blame anyone for making an educated assumption.
I had a hunch these might be more than rumors. See, it sure looks like a convenient coincidence when everyone hears something that makes them look the other way. And coincidences are for fools.
Well, you got my number. And you can see my ugly mug right in front of you, so it's no use playing dumb, I suppose.
Agreed. You've seriously spent all these weeks holed up in here? Is the hunger not getting to you?
Got a lot of critters around this area, and become chums. These rats actually got addicted to the kiss. Come to me every night, like coke hounds, begging for it. Getting them drunk just to get some rush out of feeding on them. It's like slathering a horribly burnt piece of pizza in ketchup. In this situation, I'll take what I can get. Dig?
So gross. I failed to keep my poker face. He notices.
Oh. Who's the dame?
Julia Sawinski, a detective investigating Baron Callahan's death.
He raises his head for a short while to stare in Qadir's eyes, treat him with a vulgar snicker.
Phooey. So somebody's finally put the old man on ice. Whoever did it did the world a huge favor.
Absolutely, but I got orders to establish who that was, and I've been stumbling in the dark for the past few days. Need your help.
I'll be damned. Sleuth skills must really not be up to par if you're begging a bum for help.
Have some dignity, man. It's just so sorry to look at.
Dignity? Spare me, kiddo. I've got all the dignity I need right. Oh. Shit.
He accidentally lets a metal flask in his hand slip out and fall to the floor, then struggles to pick it up. Qadir can't bear to watch.
God, what happened to you, Gianni? I've never seen you this low before.
Stress-related disorders causing a disruption in my routine is what I think a shrink would say. Happens when a lot of shady folks are out to put a stake through your chest.
Help us out. Tell us what you know, and we might be able to help you in return.
Yeah, respect where it's due, miss, but I think it's gonna be the other way around. I ain't telling two of you shit. pardon my French, until I know I could count on some protection.
Johnny.
What you Gianni me, dear Al-Asmai. I know your level. I also know that your honor is one of the few things you care about. Want me to endanger myself? You put it on the line. Or me. That's that. You either promise me, extend your protection to me. The moment you step away from here, I sneak away into the sewers. That's the last time you'll ever see me.
Qadir shoots me a wary sideways glance. No, I know he drives a hard bargain.
Especially for someone whose sense of self-worth does not exactly appear to be sky high at the moment.
Maybe, but I do value my own life quite a lot. Thank you very much, friends.
Qadir sighs.
All right. But 3 months from now, or the moment Prince Panhard tells me it's no longer possible for the court to offer you safety without compromising its principles, you're on your own. No negotiations. That's the only deal I can strike with you. Take it or leave it.
Angelo scratches his head, grunts loudly, puts on his mask, and stands up.
That's Jake with me, big fella. Might have strong opinions about Panhard, but hell, I'm sitting on dynamite. Take what I can get.
Who else in New York would you rather rely on? You want me to call the mayor?
My opinions about the prince aren't that bad. So, what do you good folks want with me?
Who wants you dead?
Starting with the interrogation is the tricky one. Wouldn't I like to know?
Step up, Johnny. You seem to be forgetting how quid pro quo works. Wouldn't I like to know? Won't cut it.
Can I tell you? The Wardlock, Agathon, or whatever his name is, presumed dead. Tamika, MIA, with SI on her back, so possibly KIA by now. Hope the cook, hidden in her office, under von der Weiden's skirt. On the time they started having trouble, some rough-looking, streetwise kindred started hanging out at my usual spots. Didn't take me long to connect the dots.
Wait, what is the connection between you and those three?
Ever since last year, folks started hiring us for various gigs. Some even tried to get us to join their coteries. All of these opportunities were rather short-lived. However, the delicate tightrope act of working for various employers made us fully aware there's an intrasect alliance in NYC. Entered from both sides, often work the same goals without knowing it. The moment we started figuring it all out, a cleanup crew went downtown. You know, the serious Warlock boy sniffed something out in his own backyard, then poof, disappeared. Then lost all contact with Hope, and Tamika went AWOL. Hope they're doing fine. They didn't snitch on me to anybody.
They are. They didn't even tell me you guys knew each other. I think you're safe.
Huh? Wait a second. Why were you milking them for intel? You know?
I found a list of 4 names on Callahan's remains. Probably guess what they were.
You get the picture? Yeah, Christ almighty.
thought it was just a list of freelancers, potential associates, probably prepared by Carter van der Weyden.
My money is on him being involved, but I smell bullshit. You got any idea who might have done the boss in? More clues?
None at all. That's where we want you to come in, friend. Investigate the murder scene the way only you know how. Tell us what you think. Guide Julia in the proper direction.
Angelo sizes me up, scratching his head.
Sure, whatever. I will try my best. Kiddo, lead the way.
I'll drive you there, or at least as close as possible. I wouldn't be welcome that deep in Anarch territory. Just clean yourself up a bit, Johnny. I just had my upholstery cleaned earlier this week.
Dropping us off at the same place Catherine first introduced me to Mia, Qadir quickly drives away. Here we are.
Well, classic closed room mystery. Take a look.
He starts walking around the office, carefully taking in every element.
So, you're saying you're basically a nobody. You can simply call Catherine Weiss, have her open Sesame, the Anarch crib for you. Oh no, sure sounds like somebody to me.
Don't misunderstand. I only met her during the course of the investigation. Everyone's basically been treating me like dirt wherever I go. Only acknowledged enough to legitimize this sham.
Lord Castlereagh.
Now that was an abrupt interruption. I was busy sharing, damn it. Excuse me? He's pointing at the pain of the man overseeing this entire office.
Met murder on the way. He had a mask like Castlereagh. Very smooth he looked, yet grim. 7 bloodhounds followed him.
He seems to have completely switched his modus operandi upon seeing the murder scene. He's in his own little world, and his behavior has become more machine-like, erratic. I, still don't follow.
Never knew the old Irish coot was into the Napoleonic era, but then again, I have no idea about his exact age, of course. So maybe that's when he lived, or was born. Anywho.
Pay minimal attention to me, alright? Who am I looking at here?
Right. That's one Lord Castlereagh, born as Robert Stewart, a British Secretary of Foreign Affairs at the beginning of the 19th century. Incredibly influential, incredibly hated. Ask one fella about Castlereagh and he'll tell you he was the man who destroyed Napoleon for good. The man who shaped British politics for ages. The man who built foundations for European unity in Vienna. Ask another fella and he'll tell you he was the man who destroyed the Irish Parliament. The man who cracked down on any possibility of reform. Supported the cavalry massacring peaceful protesters.
He's spouting these facts like a computer. The hint of a detective's photographic memory.
I have to say, it's downright perverted for an Irishman to put up Castlereagh's portrait in his office. Definitive proof that our victim was sick in the head. As if we needed more evidence there. Probably idolized him too, maybe identified with him, yes. It's possible. Callahan and his ilk adore these jagoffs to strive and reach across the aisle and achieve hard compromises. Bad nobody else remembers them well.
I feel like I should say something. This nagging feeling in the back of my mind. So that was his role model, huh? Yeah, I guess it makes sense for him to have had a role model like that, doesn't it?
oppressing his own people, claiming it was all in their name. At the end of the day or the night, they were back in the shitter and he was still on top. Yeah, sure sounds familiar.
200 years later, all these societal changes and it still works the same for us kindred? Cheery thought.
Just the kindred. That's how this world works, period, kiddo. Napoleon or Bourbon Restoration, communism or capitalism, Panhard or Callahan. Once the bourgeois establish themselves, you gotta completely reset the rules of the game, and a few years later do it again, again and again until you're dead or deader than dead. That doesn't sound fine by you. You could always join the folks like old boss here, or accept this invisible noose that's getting tighter around your neck every single night.
He stops above Callahan's corpse and laughs.
Posterity will never survey nobler grave than this. Lies the bones of Castlereagh. Stop, traveler, and piss.
And he kicks his bones with glee, causing me to jump a little. Still under the influence? Isn't that tampering with the crime scene?
Kiddo, as far as I can see, this crime scene has been fucked with 3 times over. Can't really be ruined more than it already has.
I agree, but it looked about the same the last time I was here.
And it was already a total mess before you ever got here. Whatever.
Standing by the metal shutters of the window, abruptly changes the topic.
Light proof. You toyed with these.
No. In general, I avoid machinery like that. Doesn't like me and I don't like it.
They don't like you?
Don't work properly. It's like I give technology an allergy. Sometimes industrial cameras mess up my face, sometimes I can't use the phone. I think it could be useful, but it's just a curse.
See. Think these blinds could have been the murder weapon.
How so?
Let me explain. Say for some reason, our stiff was standing there as the sun was rising. Be staring at old poor Castlereagh, looking for a soulmate to accompany him on the other side. Yet another guy, just a suicide by politics. Pretty old school, romantic, yada yada. Maybe it was torpor. Maybe it was a freak accident. Maybe it was premeditated. In any case, sunlight would be the perfect murder weapon. No.
Takes off the mask to shoot a disfigured smile my way.
Well, that's just a theory. Anyway.
Well, it sounds... sound.
That's it. Because I was just spitballing. Practically impossible to make certain now, kiddo. Most logical cause of final death would be damage to the heart. It could be easily done without damage to the skeleton.
And he sets off with a wink. What are you playing at here?
Safe. Anyone made a crack at it yet?
As far as I know, only Callahan knew the code. And the safe itself is pretty hard to crack.
Watch me, kiddo.
He presses an ear to the safe and slowly begins to rotate the dial. Plying around, you're a safe cracker now?
You're cursed with a countenance such as mine, and you decide a job such as mine, you gotta be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, but still sounds pretty hard.
Last year there was a random fella visiting a heritage museum in Alberta. He found a safe that hasn't been opened in 40 years. Not a single specialist, even a blacksmith, handled it. And just studied the numbering, listened closely to the mechanism, attempted the most sensible combinations, and voila! Unthinkable happened. That's where just trusting your instincts leads you. Daddy found nothing inside but an old case sheet.
Metallic screech. Door opens. I'll be damned.
And it looks like we got the same case here. Fetty. Few random papers scattered around. For what is worth, the lock has obvious traces of mechanical manipulation. Fully recent, too. Reeks of foul play. What do we know for sure, really? Come down here. Could take over.
Another wink. Another walk in a random direction. Inside the safe. Quite spacious. Haphazardly grab everything that's left inside the safe and hide it on my person. Close the doors that nobody knows he managed to crack it. Turn around, he's motioning me to come closer to the sheet of paper lying on the desk.
So yeah, kiddo, you probably know the whole beeswax about Schrodinger's cat. But I'm not gonna bore you with that. Honestly, anything could have happened here.
I read the text he's written on the empty page.
This place is wired.
Gives me chills. I think I'm okay. I've tried to record my own voice a bunch of times on different hardware just to see if I can. Mostly comes out as noise. Odds. Starts scribbling something else as you continues blabbering on and on.
Best strategy would be to make an educated guess about what happened here. Interrogate everyone about it. Be'll take someone by surprise, drop a hook on them. Wiretap is a chip in the broken glass bottle on the floor. Absolutely sure it belongs to Kaiser.
Kaiser. The elusive information broker, the talk of the city. An excuse to nab him. I understand. I think I have an idea how to use it to find him. Should I notify Qadir? Scribble. Takes longer than before.
Yeah, I'll be meeting up with Qadir. You stay here, sister. But there's something you've been missing. Recall, doll. Going beyond this jurisdiction, though he will try to stop you. Whatever you do, just give me a 10-minute heads up, you know? So I can get to relative safety.
For sure.
It's back into the sheriff's custody for me. See you around, Julia. Or this old codger couldn't have been more help.
I look at his ass. Don't worry. I will nail his ass to the cross. It's about time I got some answers. Got a plan. Now all I need to execute it is a clueless bystander. This guy will do.
Do you need me for anything else?
Not really. Better take a hike before the guy you've just called shows up. Can't guarantee he won't make you hurt.
Will do.
Puts his head down and obediently trots away down the street. I might have messed with his head a little too much using my Willy kindred charms. I needed him to tell Kaiser where I want to meet, quite clearly, multiple times. Given him the kiss of thanks at least, but I told the big man I won't be here all night, that he'd better hurry up. I want to be ready whenever he comes. Less than 15 minutes later, a menacing black limo takes a fast, sharp turn onto my street and stops right in front of me. Suddenly, something like an acid flashback hits me. I know this limo. I've seen it all around over the past few days, but never thought it might be tailing me. Still, it must have. Looks like I'm finally about to get some answers. The door is open and a raspy voice comes from inside.
Get the fuck in, Savinsky!
I smile and accept the invitation. There he is, Kaiser, the king of New York City's information highways, surrounded by screens, speakers, and newfangled and technological gizmos of all kinds. First impression, one repulsive son of a bitch. D'Angelo was also a sewer rat, and he might have had similar physical disadvantages, but at least he was wholly endearing. This guy, there's no room for any kind of sentiment. He's inhumanely cold. I get the feeling he's been like this for ages.
You're getting on my nerves, little lady, and I'm far from being the only one.
I get the sense he meant for all this to be threatening. Instead, I'm elated. After a week of running around like a headless chicken, unsure if I was getting anywhere, finally, I get a compliment. If there's one thing I learned back in Lodestar, it was that you only know you're doing your job correctly when someone powerful gets visibly mad. I have no idea what you mean.
No need to play dumb, especially considering you're a natural. The art hole, double spiral, the SI, Torque's den. How does it feel to have made enemies absolutely everywhere?
Offset me with pure contempt.
Listen, I will speak as plainly as humanly possible to get this through your little head, since it's obvious you're not willing to read the obvious signals. You were hired for one thing, and one thing only, little lady. To suck at your job. And you couldn't even do that correctly. People keep stopping by my limo this week, telling me, Kaiser, dear Kaiser, we keep trying to make her understand how hopeless she is, but she just won't get a clue. She doesn't have any evidence. She doesn't have any testimony. But she still goes around knocking on everyone's doors, causing disturbances. It's such a fucking headache. Usually I try to be a jovial host, so I cheer them up. She's not that much of a dunce, I say. She's making mountains out of molehills to make herself seem useful, I say. She's about to stop. But you, in your infinite idiocy, decided to prove me wrong in the most spectacular fashion by knocking on my very own door, forcing my hand, threatening me even. Are you... Oh, jeez. Apologies in advance. Are you autistic or something? Huh? Can't read basic fucking social clues? Stop for 1 second and ask yourself, cui bono? Who even fucking wants you to solve anything, let alone this case? See, this city has a delicate system set in place. Usually, it's flawless. But ever since you started tinkering with it, it's been having these irritating malfunctions. And it's driving people...
Are you done? A weird, disgusting sound, something between a gargle and a bark, escapes his throat.
Unbelievable.
All I'm hearing is that you're in possession of some information that might help me solve the puzzle I was presented with. If that's the case, I'm going to ask you to share it.
I swear, you're absolutely irredeemable, you fucking garbage dump of a woman. How do I get through all the rubbish in your head to drive my point in? Don't you know who I am?
You're the one who had Callahan's place wired. Oh, I know who you are. The person who had Callahan's place wired, which makes you a possible witness of sorts. And a suspect.
For Christ's sakes, woman, get real. Even if your accusations were correct, then who, pray tell, would you report them to? Do you even know what kind of people I answer to?
No. Here to acquaint us.
Is that really what you want? You want to know who pulls the strings? Give me 10 minutes and I can arrange a meeting. But this is your last chance to turn back. If you don't, I can tell you now, you're going to be sorry.
Big Kahuna? Finally, now we're talking.
Yes, the big kahuna. So this is your final answer, huh?
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Takes out his phone and begins furiously typing. I relax in the seat. Finally, we're getting somewhere. It might be dangerous, yeah. But at least I will finally get a clue of what's going on.
I'm just saying, this is the point of no return. My boss doesn't fuck around. Best case, you're going to beg him to take you in.
Whatever. He keeps grumbling under his breath, but I'm not even listening. I just watch the streets go by. Till out of the blue, experience a strong sense of foreboding. I first spot her in the corner of my eye. She's hovering right next to Kaiser with an expression that's impossible to discern. When she speaks, this is machine-like, yet worldly.
Really?
Did you say Natalie?
Yes.
Fine. We're 5 minutes away or so. Get the boys ready to give her the Mel Gibson special.
More machine-like.
Fine. We're 5 minutes away or so. Get the boys ready to give her the Mel Gibson special.
The moment he puts away his phone, the silhouette disappears.
You're 5 minutes away. Best start figuring out the ways you might prove yourself useful to the honcho.
There is no honcho. Oh my god, of course this motherfucker is setting me up. I need to get out of here. Now. Do the first thing that comes to mind. Grab the door handle and pull. Knows me scrambling and struggles to grab me.
Hold up, you stupid fucking cunt!
Glass breaking. Loud thuds of something heavy hitting the asphalt. Tires screeching. I think he grabbed me. I think he tried to pull me back in. I think he fell out of the limo. I think his body has cushioned my fall. I'm struggling to process what's going on. I'm blanking out. When I come to, he's already attempting to get up, cursing under his breath. The limo has stopped a little further in, but whoever the driver is, not coming out.
Fucking...
Stands up, will be out for vengeance. He's an older vampire who knows how strong he is. I need something that will give me the advantage. Pepper spray, of course. Probably won't be as effective as it would be on a living person, but it's still worth a try. Jump toward the asshole, disarm the device, and aim towards his eyes and unload the entire canister.
Ah!
Worked! It actually worked. I keep up the offense. I punch him, kick him, throw him around. I pummel him. I smash his head against a curb. I struggle to harm him in whatever way I can. Like a frightened animal. I don't know how long it lasts. Might be 1 minute, might be eternity. Driver steps out of the limo to help his boss. He sees what I'm doing to him. He runs away in panic. Feels good. Feels absolutely horrible. Once I'm done, I sit on the curb and scream my lungs out to avoid crying. And I look at him. He seems shocked, they hanging on. Now what I've done was extremely stupid. I did hear how he's one of the most influential figures in the city. That's probably why he never expected to get his ass whooped by someone like me. When he speaks again, his voice is pathetic, surprisingly close to a whimper.
You'll pay. You'll fucking pay. You lost, mislaid, and abandoned property of a woman.
He's unwell, talking nonsense. I approach him again. You wanted to have me whacked. Think I'm stupid?
You needed to be taught a lesson.
Well, would you look at who ended up teaching who? Now talk. Tell me everything you know about Callahan's final death. All of it.
Go to hell. You can fuck me up however bad you want. I'm still not going to tell you shit. You try anything, there will be consequences. There will be retribution. My mouth is shut.
Might be my last chance to solve the case. Don't force him to talk, he won't. There's a burgeoning thought in my mind, but it scares even me. I dare to push him to the edge, make him suffer until he squeaks. I will do whatever is necessary. Well, I'm sure you will open your mouth if I do this. Push him against the curb.
Wait, what?
Like with all my strength.
Ah!
It's a compound fracture. I barely managed to suppress my gag reflex. It feels like I'm dissociating.
You fucking psycho! You fucking psychotic bitch!
It's actually weeping, like a child. It totally shatters the tough image he was trying to project earlier. Like, this is the first time anyone has ever used physical violence against him. What if it is? You either start talking, or the other leg goes. And the hands. Then I will get creative. I tried to collect myself and put his other leg against the curb.
I'll talk! I'll fucking talk!
It connects. It's a light one. A sadistic feint. Manages to get a pathetic whimper out of him. And talk. This had better be good. He looks at me with pure fury, then begins to speak through clenched teeth.
You wanna know who was in Callahan's office before he died, little lady? Everyone! Fucking everyone and their mother was there! Vanderweyden, Eisling, Arturo and Panhard, that Kamai douche motherfucker talk with his sidekick, all of them! Callahan thought that the only way out was to pit them all against each other, or to ally with every single one of them. Little did he know, it was in all of their best interests for him to just fucking die!
That's good, that's great. But who killed him?
I have no fucking idea.
Do. Once again, I put his leg in a potentially disastrous position. Response, he starts howling maniacally.
You fucking sadist! You fucking monster woman! I really have no idea!
Who kept complaining to you about me? Responsible for getting rid of the evidence.
Everyone did! Goddamn Callahan had dirt on everyone and antagonized everyone! So it took everyone to fucking bring him down! All evidence is gone. Every theory is equally true, so none of it is. Don't you see, you fucking cunt? Everyone is complicit, so nobody is. Why the fuck do you think Sophie Langley is no longer around? Why is Torque no longer pretending to be a revolutionary? Why are free agents involved? Why are they shutting you up tomorrow?
And me up? Who?
Can't you connect the dots, you dumb whore? What are you, a fucking retard?
Somebody is about to get...
Julia!
I look back over my shoulder and see Qadir.
Bloody hell. What is wrong with you?
Qadir.
You're out of control. This is why I didn't want you to get involved. I had a hunch. A hunch that the moment you get a whiff of true power, all brakes will be off.
Look, you're talking nonsense.
You're out of your damn mind. I should have you in for a potential masquerade breach.
Just let me explain myself. This ugly fucker tried to have me beaten, maybe even killed. Care about that?
I have no idea, Sheriff. No idea. She's dangerous, psychotic.
Shut the fuck up. I can't control myself. Him where I know I will hurt him the most.
Ah! My fucking leg! Stop this right now, you goddamn idiot!
Freeze in place. If ever heard him use that tone with me.
I will take care of you in a moment. In my car, Kaiser. Hold on.
I'm not done questioning him yet. It looks like there's a major conspiracy too.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, and you're gonna be glad I leave it at that.
If you do that, I'm gonna have to assume you're complicit.
That's worth 2 strikes in my book. You don't want to risk a third.
That's that? Tell me, what was all of my footwork even for?
We'll be seeing each other, little lady.
Can you hear this?
Go home, Julia. Go home.
Fine. I will. Before I do, I take a quick peek into Kaiser's limo, still abandoned a little further down the street. Skip the church visit again tonight. More time to finish this report. Who knows, it might be my final one. I want to spend more time with Dakota. Yeah, just forget about the rest of the world. A lot happened tonight. I can still manage to be at our appointment an hour earlier than usual. She should be glad.